Assalamualaikum and a very good morning IB to all. With me, Muhammad Alif bin Muhammad Fairuz as today moderator. The topic for our forum today is illegal immigration. Do we help them or do we punish them? Before we start, I would like to introduce to you our panelists today who are an expert in their own expertise. On my left, Dato Shaliza, head of NGO. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
And our second panelist, that is Professor Shaliza, an economic expert. How are you today?
I'm good today, thank you.
And our third panelist, that is Dr. Faiz, a lecturer from UKM in Social Science Community Faculty. How are you, Doctor? Are you feeling well today?
I'm feeling well, thank you.
Firstly, I would like to give a definition of what is illegal immigration. As in Cambridge Dictionary, illegal immigration is someone who lives or works in another country when they do not have a legal right to do so. As we all know, every nation, country and colony often had rules and laws that regulate and control people who came in from other places. Migration became illegal if people do not have permission of the country or border they are coming into. In recent times, illegal migration has been on the rise. Illegal immigration is often fueled by pull factor. People sneak into other countries by land or sea, and other organized groups that help people to sneak into other countries to work illegally. This is known as human trafficking. The flow of illegal immigration is often from poorer countries to richer countries. Next, I would like to ask Dato Shaliza about how serious is the problem of illegal immigration in Malaysia.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for the question. It was reported in the past 10 to 15 years, 1 to 2 million left Malaysia to work and reside in overseas. Malaysia populations were at 22 to 23 millions about 15 years ago. 10 years after that, the population increased to 28 millions. Have you ever wondered where do these people come from? Our previous birth rate could only sustain or increase the population to an optimum of 500,000 to 1 million, which would already consider great. The actual fact of this tremendous increasement of population is because millions of illegal immigrants and illegal workers flooded due to poor Malaysian immigration policy and local authority. There are estimately 800,000 to 1 million illegal immigrants in Malaysia today. That's all for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato Shaliza. Yes, as you can see, for example, if you look around our country, foreign nationals are seen all over in the streets, coffee shops and stores, from big cities to local village. And next, I would like to ask Professor Shaliza, what do you think is the effect of the illegal immigration towards our society?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. There are a lot of bad effects by illegal immigrants towards our society. One of the bad effects is safety of the citizens was threatened. Citizens become uncomfortable with the existence of the illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants usually live together at one place. So the group of illegal immigrants make citizens that live nearby them scared to go out from their house. Illegal immigrants usually live at construction sites and farms because they work there. Crime also increased due to the increasing number of illegal immigrants. Some of these illegal immigrants are criminals who are required by the authorities in their home countries. They fled to Malaysia to escape the invasion of their home country authorities. Unfortunately, they continue to commit crimes here. Cases of robbery, murder, and rape often occur. Trauma victims will have to bear it all the time. Even some of the housing areas are broken into every night for a long period of time. This causes the local residents live in fear. A criminal case such as Indonesian citizen shot dead during a police raid is not unusual anymore. In fact, we had to deploy troops to Sempunan Sabah to face the Filipino pirates who use sophisticated weapons to commit robbery in broad daylight. The recent spate of crimes involving illegal immigrants has caused considerable concern among locals due to highly provocative crimes such as violent gang fights. According to the Free Malaysia Today, one of the fights involving the illegal immigrants caused a great diverse murder by 2 people, including a Filipino. Similarly, cases of minor crimes such as theft, steal, proximity, and adultery are often heard. These additional activities have been disturbing the harmony of Malaysian society and motivate a small number of them to join together to accomplish a crime. For example, in Kedah, a husband and wife arrested for conspiracy because they were helping a group of illegal immigrants from Kuala Lumpur to commit crimes. This activity continue repeating from time to time until they are arrested. There are many reasons why a lot of criminals cases involving illegal immigrants, because among them have financial difficulties living in a big city with a small income. They have a burden, so to get rich quickly, they're willing to do anything, including doing crime. So the government's effort to prevent the entry of illegal immigrants is important to maintain the harmony of our society. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Aziza, for your explanation. That's very helpful. Yes, some of our citizens feel threatened by the presence of illegal immigration that lives their livings amongst them. Okay, Dr. Faiz, in your point of view, since this thing happened, in your opinion, should action be taken toward illegal immigrant or should we consider them?
Thank you to our moderator for that question. In my point of view, I think we should be considerate towards them because there are a lot of myths regarding illegal immigrants that have caused the society to have a bad point of view on them. I would like to point out that the immigrants are actually contributing in our job creation and not like what most of us thought, and where they are not taking our job. And there is an article by Unidos US, a non-profit advocacy organization, that said that the immigrants are also an entrepreneur who creates jobs. And according to a study of bipartisan immigration bill passed by the Senate in 2014, the provision in the bill could potentially bring 366,000 to 470,000 undocumented immigrants entrepreneurs into the formal economy, given that the average immigrant owned business hires 11 employees. This business will account for between 3.7 million to 5.2 million jobs in the formal economy. And not only that, they are also paying taxes and contributing much more than the benefit they are receiving. That is stated in the article in Unidos said that the illegal immigrants are paying an average of $11.64 billion in state and local taxes a year. On average, an undocumented individual has about 8% of their income goes to the taxes. And moreover, all immigrants, regardless of their status, will contribute approximately $18,000 more in taxes than government service used by them in their lifetime. There also a stigma that said that illegal immigrant is always being related to the increment of crime cases, but fact has said that it was otherwise, where high legal immigrant does not contribute to violent crime cases. And the article in Anti-Defamation League said that immigrants, regardless of where they are from, what immigration status they are holding, and how much education they have completed, are less likely than native-born citizens to commit crime or become incarcerated. And the article also states that studies have consistently found that immigrants are less likely to be incarcerated than non-native-born Americans, and there is a negative correlation between the level of immigration and crime rates. And other studies have also found that the crime rates are lowest in states with the highest immigration growth rates, and the state with largest share of undocumented immigrants tend to have a lower crime rates than states with smaller share. And that is why, in my point of view, that we should be considerate towards them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Faiz. I am very satisfied after hearing your explanation. Next, how about you, Dr. Shaliza? Do you think we should action be taken toward illegal immigrant or should we consider them?
Thanks again, Mr. Moderator. unlike Dr. Faiz, I think that we should punish those illegal immigrants. Firstly, let me clarify that I do not support the large number of illegal immigrants in Malaysia, mainly because I think they are a significant contribution factor to the significant increase in crimes and other social ills. In a fast-moving global world, migration in search of better opportunities has become easier. But this migration brings a lot of problems for the migrants, especially unskilled workers. Our country too has been hit with such problems. It is no longer safe to go to many places, especially at night. Migration across our national border by illegal immigrants strongly affects our social security. This is because some of them are the most wanted terrorists in their countries. They come to Malaysia to release themselves from the law impeachment by doing their own same action in our boundaries. They are associated with the cases of robbery and rape. Those illegal immigrants are influenced by their culture, such as fighting among each other and lifestyle, to survive in their country. For sure, this will bring a bad image to Malaysia. For instance, on 10 March 2005, the Royal Malaysian Police officers shoot 4 Indonesian workers when they became worried while carrying out a security patrol in Sungai Buloh area at Selangor. The migrations of the illegal immigrants also bring another big problem to our country, that is dangerous diseases. As we know, illegal immigrants come from rural areas, and when they enter our boundaries, they do not even go to the public or private health care for a medical checkup. Diseases such as HIV, AIDS, and TB are some of the diseases brought by them. The health problem will enlarge because this illegal immigrant brings a lot of health problems from their country. For instance, the HIV. It refers to the smuggling of women for the purpose of forced prostitution, and this will lead to HIV virus. In other hand, it will increase the total of fertility. Nowadays, more and more people are suffering from these diseases, and this contributes towards the cause of death. Civil rights are a class of right and freedom that protect the individual from unwarranted government action. What this means is that violation of civil rights is our local labor right has been taken by the illegal immigrants. Most employers in our country like to hire them rather than our own local workers. The cost to hire foreign workers is cheaper than locals in terms of their salary. For instance, the construction industry is dominated by Philippine workers. Maid services are normally related with Indonesians, and the plantation sector is usually run by the Indonesians and Philippines. Subsequently, our local workers are faced with a shortage of job opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shaliza. Next, I would like to ask Prof. Shaliza, as an economic expert, what do you think if the number of legal immigrants keep rising? Who do you think is the most affected by it?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for the question. In my opinion, if the number of illegal immigrants keep increasing, citizens who have low education is the most affected. Menial and entry-level jobs go to illegal immigrants, not legal citizens. A substantial number of low-paying type positions in certain industries are lost to illegal immigrants, when this job could have prepared a country's workforce for the future. Fast food, vehicle repair and maintenance, or similar jobs that train workers in basic job skills are no longer to youth who have low education. It is true, not many among us who are willing to do what is done by the illegal immigrants, which is work at much lower wages and in much worse condition than is supposed to be the case today, but have some of local citizens really need jobs to survive. The citizens without high diplomas or high school must compete with illegal immigrants to get jobs. According to the New York Times, there are some 58 million working-age native-born Americans not working or employment, and it is true for the least educated because unskilled workers lost out to illegal immigrants. Most of the company will hire cheap illegal immigrant than local citizen because illegal immigrant willing to work for lower wages than legal workers because want to compete with the other companies. And hiring illegal immigrants means the company gets away without paying taxes. The significant savings from this alone could result in lower costs for products and services that are passed along the consumer. Companies will tend to hire the illegal immigrants to get big profit until willing to violate immigration restriction. This makes the local citizen with low education difficult to get job because they do not have chances when they compete with illegal immigrants. Companies will tend to hire illegal immigrants than local citizens, so the local citizen will become poorer and the unemployment rate for our country will increase.
Thank you, Prof. Shasisa. Yes, that is true. Since the amount of illegal immigration rises, the local citizen will have difficulties in finding new jobs. Then that is why I would like Dr. Faiz. Why do most employers like to hire immigrants even though they know some of them are illegal immigrants?
Thank you for the question. My own view of the issue is that industry turns to undocumented workers because they were unable to find many reliable citizens to do the jobs. It was because industry like farm works can be physically demanding, dirty and socially degraded works. And any lack of employability amongst locals in this kind of industry will cause a problem to the industry and economy of our country. And I would like to point out a 28 June 2018 article by the Conversation which saying that a study that has been commissioned by the dairy industry have suggested that if federal level and immigration are being reduced, then a lot of dairy farm will close and will lead to a big drop in milk production and eventually will cause a spike in the milk price, where the elimination of immigration level would increase the milk prices by 90%. And that is why most employers like to hire illegal immigrants.
Alright, thank you, Dr. Faiz. Based on your explanation, do you think the citizen can accept illegal immigrants in our country?
Yes, that is just how I see it. I do think that some of our citizens do understand the importance of illegal immigrants to the industry, and they also do not believe that immigrants are taking their jobs. And based on the study conducted by Cornell University, most of them said they have generally positive impacts because they think immigrants are filling jobs unwanted by the citizen and providing essential farm help and keeping the price low. And also another study by Pew Research Center also found that 70% of people believe that undocumented immigrants are as honest and hardworking as US citizens, while 71% said that the immigrants are mostly filling the jobs that Americans are not willing to do.
Sorry for interrupting you, Dr. Faiz. I think some of citizens cannot accept the illegal immigrants because some of those who have been working in this country are known to take business opportunities from local people. This condition gives rise to dissatisfaction of local people who cannot wait for authorities to investigate and to take action, whether it is only warning or tracing the illegal immigrants. Of course, they have a reason such as no permit, disturbing the local businessmen who have business license, and the cleanliness of the food provided is not satisfactory. Eventually, more foreign workers and immigrants opens their own village, send their children to government schools, using government health services and creating new slum areas. This causes dissatisfaction among society because illegal immigrants easily use the facilities that provided for them. The illegal immigrants also make society uncomfortable when they subject to medical examination. Many of them came from rural areas in their home countries. their health is less assured. Some of them suffer from AIDS, tuberculosis, and so forth. As a result, our people could be their victims. This makes our local citizens cannot accept the existence of the illegal immigrants.
Thank you both of you for your explanation. I am very satisfied after hearing your explanation. Some of illegal immigration are people with lot of passion, knowledge, and ambition, also motivation, which often fuel their desire to migrate for a better life. Okay, Dr. Shaliza, since the illegal immigration issue has become critical, what action do you think should be taken to overcome illegal immigrants issue?
Great question, thank you. The Home Ministry is in the midst of formulating a holistic enforcement plan against illegal immigrants as a more comprehensive effort towards strengthening governance and improving the existing enforcement operating system. Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said that the plan was aimed at addressing the influx of illegal immigrants in the country and would involve a strategic cooperation between many relevant ministries and agencies. It will also involve the roles of the state governments, local authorities, village community management councils, and village development and security communities. The objective of the plan is to create an uncomfortable ecosystem for the illegal immigrants to continue living their lives by empowering the enforcement agencies and regulatory authorities, as well as by enhancing strategic cooperation and public awareness. The plan will be implemented in 5 years and will focus on 5 strategies. First, enforcement operating strategy, which underlines the implementation plan relating to enforcement operations against illegal immigrants nationwide. Second, legislative and enforcement policy strategy, which underlines the implementation plan relating to the drafting of new laws and coordination of policies on enforcement against illegal immigrants. Third, entry point and border control strategy, which underlines the implementation plan relating to security control and monitoring activities at the country's borders and entry points. Fourth, foreigners management strategy, which underlines the coordination plan of policies relating to foreign nationals, and last, media and publicity strategy, which underlines the plan relating to media coverage, publicity and awareness programs on illegal immigrants. The Immigration Department, and with the cooperation from other enforcement agencies, especially the Royal Malaysian Police and the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, will continue carrying out enforcement operation at locations identified as foreigners hotspots. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shaliza. After listening to all the panelists' explanation, I can conclude that all things has its pros and cons, including illegal immigrant, especially in the labor force, and the impact to the economy of the country as it is continues to thrive. That is why it is important that there are measures and limits in providing undocumented immigrants living in the country with a chance of citizenship. At the same time, the country needs to strengthen its border in an attempt to uphold the law. It is important that government take actions to ensure that the amount of illegal immigrants is not burdening the citizens, so that the safety of our country is ensured and the citizen can live in peace and harmony. I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for all audience and panelists for their contribution in making today's forum a success. Thank you, everyone.
Fourth, foreigners management strategy, which underlines the coordination plan of policies relating to foreign nationals, and last, media and publicity strategy, which underlines the plan relating to media coverage, publicity and awareness programs on illegal immigrants. The Immigration Department, and with the cooperation from other enforcement agencies, especially the Royal Malaysian Police and the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, We will continue carrying out enforcement operations at locations identified as foreigners hotspots. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shaliza. After listening to all the panelists' explanation, I can conclude that all things has its pros and cons, including illegal immigrant, especially in the labor force, and the impact to the economy of the country as it is continues to thrive. That is why it is important that there are measures and limits in providing undocumented immigrants living in the country with a chance of citizenship. At the same time, the country needs to strengthen its border in an attempt to uphold the law. It is important that government take actions to ensure that the amount of illegal immigrants is not burdening the citizens, so that the safety of our country is ensured and the citizen can live in peace and harmony. I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for all audience and panelists for their contribution in making today's forum a success. Thank you, everyone.
Better.